If
So
I'm feeling like it feels like I'm hitting like a voice crack at the top, is that, I guess that's because I'm not releasing, right?
the vowel is good. So you are releasing. It's mostly because you haven't got the confidence to keep those chords together yet. So
Okay.
you kind of got to just try it. Like at first, as you connect those chords, it's actually going to feel contradictory in your mind more than likely because you're going to feel like, yeah, but I'm having to push to get there.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
What I perceive as release and connection and the right way for people that are squeezing too much, they feel like they have to just open up and let go more. For people on your side that don't hold on enough, when they start holding on enough, they feel the opposite. They feel like, yeah, but I'm having to work too hard. I'm having to push. They feel like they're having to reach or do something. It takes time to like get assimilate into that feeling, but also it takes time to, even when you do it at first, you might do it kind of averagely, and it might bring up some excess kind of tension that you don't really want.
Yeah,
But the only way to get it clean and full is to go into that territory where the chords are fully connected, and over time the mind will get used to exactly where you've got to hold on, and it will start to relax everything else again. So one of
sure.
the challenges is that as you hold on to new coordinations, they are typically less efficient and a bit more clumsy. And it can kind of convince you that it's wrong when in reality you're just not that good at that coordination yet. So you
True,
get
true.
more and more used to it and listen to singers that are doing it that way. You know, listen to a Luther Vandross or someone who had, you know, that fuller sound where it just felt sounds so free but also connected and full, and
Yeah.
realize, okay, how they can only be doing that one way. They can't be doing it by this way. They can't be doing it here. There's no way to move that sound into a fuller sound
Sure.
without connecting more. So they have to figure out a way to do it with that fuller connection. So you've got to kind of just at some point. Sometimes you kind of just have to do it like in an average way until it
Yeah.
starts to get more natural feeling, and then your body will actually figure out to be like locked in more.
Uh, boop, 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 boop. See that? It's like bah. It feels like it's
Yeah,
misfiring.
you got to hold on
Boop, boop,
more.
boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, so you're gonna you're about to tolerate some of it first. It's better, but you at first you can kind of get a few notes up, and then it still wants to come apart again. At some point, you kind of cross over the what they call it, cross the I think it's
Threshold.
cross over into kind of a new paradigm. And what I mean is cross the Rubicon. That's what I was going to say. You
Ah,
kind of cross over to where you start to just understand how to keep the chords connected no matter what, um, and you won't feel this natural urge to let go of the chords all the time. So you're
okay.
just searching for that point where the chords no longer want to instinctively let go.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like I
yeah.
said, the confusing thing is that you can feel like in your mind you're having to push and hold on more to get there. Um, it will get more efficient. Now, when I'm doing it, it can be perceived as it being easier than it actually is, and that's because I've done it enough that it's become more efficient. So you don't see it so much. You don't see the work on my face so
Yeah,
much as when I started it. You know, because at first I would have
it's
been like, "Oh," I'd been
it
like,
sounds like you're thinning out at the top a little bit when you do it.
"Yeah,
Like it sounds thin. It sounds almost heady, but not. I don't know.
yeah." Like you can hear that there's a little bit more connection through there, but it's not the same as when it kind of goes like this, like a boop 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 versus boop
No,
boop
no, no, no,
boop
no. Yeah,
boop
it's not like
boop
that.
boop
No.
boop 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 boop
Yeah, yeah,
boop. Yeah, and what we really
yeah.
want is we want this basic territory where it kind of it feels like it's neither like this kind of really thick, heavy feeling where we're having to work so hard to get there, particularly when we're exercising. At least anyway, we want to kind of find this middle ground where we've got the weight through there, because when we can always lean in a little bit more if we want it to be heavier or back off some. We want to kind of just
Sure.
have a proof of concept where we know, okay, can you just keep that closure locked in? And some singers, they will naturally want to lock into heavier closure or lighter closure. You know, it's partly partly your voice will dictate some of that, but also it's just, per people have certain, like, just a natural kind of way of finding a way through. So you're getting through
Yeah.
there. We're getting up into the second bridge territory. That's why I want us to connect again.
Sure.
So you just have to keep working. Ideally, want to get that exercise up to around high C,
Wow.
to where it's kind of got that feeling. I mean, we're only like 2 or 3 away there. We're kind of creating a buffer zone up there, but it's just training this idea of keep the cords together, get comfortable doing it that way, and cross over that kind of paradigm into this just understanding. Okay, how do I keep the cords together? Because what we want to do is we want to force you to show preference when you need to go up higher. We want to just sear into your mind the way to get higher is not to adjust the closure. The way to get higher is to stretch the cords more. Yeah. So when we
Yeah.
work at controlling the vowel and keeping the notes down, that's really telling you to engage more stretch. And this is what natural singers do so well: is whenever they're in doubt where the next note is, instinctively they stretch and lengthen the chords. They
Yeah.
don't let go of the closure. So when we're training this, we want to just basically keep backing into a corner and say, okay, where's the next note? Where's the next scale? I get there through stretching the chords, not through backing off the closure, which is what a lot of singers want to do as they go up higher.